Hello and welcome to Business English Mastery. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie. Today, we're diving deep into business negotiations in English, one of the most valuable skills in the workplace. Whether you're discussing prices with a supplier, making a deal with a client, or settling terms within your own team, mastering negotiation language can set you apart.
Many people feel nervous about negotiating, especially in a second language. But with the right phrases, strategies, and mindset, anyone can become a confident negotiator.
Absolutely. Let's imagine you're about to join a negotiation meeting. The first step is setting a positive tone. Start with a friendly greeting. You might say, "Thank you for meeting with me today," or, "It's great to finally connect in person."
Building rapport is essential. You can add, "I appreciate you taking the time to discuss this with us," or, "I've been looking forward to our conversation." Showing respect and gratitude helps both sides relax and trust each other.
It's also useful to mention your goal for the meeting. For example, "My aim today is to find a solution that benefits both of our companies," or, "I hope we can reach an agreement that works for everyone."
Stating your intention clearly signals that you value collaboration, not conflict. If you want to show flexibility, you could say, "I'm open to different options and eager to hear your ideas."
Once you've broken the ice, it's time to set the agenda. You might say, "Would you mind if we start by outlining our main objectives?" or, "Let's review the key points we'd like to discuss today."
Setting the agenda keeps the conversation focused and professional. It also allows the other party to add their own points, making the negotiation feel more balanced.
Now, when you move to the main part of the negotiation, it's important to express your interests clearly. You can say, "Our primary concern is the delivery schedule," or, "One of our top priorities is quality control."
If you need to make a request, use polite but direct language. For example, "Would it be possible to extend the payment terms to 60 days? Or, could you consider adjusting the pricing for bulk orders?"
Showing understanding is also key. If the other party explains their position, acknowledge it first. For example, "I understand why pricing is important on your end," or, "I see your point regarding lead times."
Then, you can present your own needs. Try, "From our perspective, it's essential to keep costs within budget," or, "For us, timely delivery is critical because of our project deadlines."
It's a good idea to look for common ground. Use phrases like, "I think we're both aiming for a long-term partnership," or, "We seem to share the same priorities on quality and reliability."
During negotiations, you'll often receive counteroffers. Here's where you need diplomatic language. If the other party proposes something you're not comfortable with, say, "That's an interesting suggestion, but we may need to adjust a few details," or, "I appreciate your proposal, although it's a bit higher than our budget allows."
If you want to ask for more flexibility, try, "Is there any room for negotiation on this point?" or, "Would you be willing to reconsider your position if we increase our order size?"
Sometimes, you may need to express hesitation or raise concerns. You can say, "I have a few reservations about the current timeline. Could we discuss possible alternatives?" or, "We're slightly concerned about the warranty terms. Is there anything you can do to reassure us?"
And if you need to stall for time or consult with your team, you might say, "Would you mind if we take a short break to review our options?" or, "I'd like to check with my colleagues before making a final decision."
Always keep the tone constructive. Even if you disagree, show willingness to cooperate. For example, "Let's see if we can find a middle ground," or, "I'm sure we can come to an agreement that works for both of us."
As the negotiation progresses, it helps to keep everyone focused and positive. You might use, "Let's summarize where we are so far," or, "It sounds like we've agreed on the main points, but there are a few details to finalize."
If you notice the discussion drifting off topic, gently bring it back. "I think this is an important issue, but maybe we can return to our main agenda first, or shall we move on to the next item?
And always listen actively. Nod, make brief responses like, I see, that makes sense, or, I appreciate your input, to show engagement and respect.
Now, when it's time to close the negotiation, summarizing the agreement is crucial. You can say, to confirm, we've agreed on a unit price of $5, a delivery date of June 30th, and payment within 30 days.
Then, express gratitude and confidence. Thank you for working through these details with us, or, I'm glad we could find common ground.
If you want to reinforce the partnership, try, I believe this agreement marks the beginning of a strong relationship between our companies, or, I look forward to a successful collaboration.
Finish with clear next steps. For example, I'll send the draft contract by the end of the day, or, let's set up a follow-up meeting next week to finalize everything.
After the meeting, it's always a good idea to send a brief email or message summarizing what was agreed and thanking the other party again. This not only clarifies details but also leaves a positive impression.
And remember, great negotiators keep learning and practicing. You can role-play different scenarios, watch business negotiation videos, or even join English discussion groups online.
Here are a few bonus tips for mastering negotiation English. First, adapt your language to the other person's culture and communication style. In some countries, being direct is valued, in others, a softer, more indirect approach is better.
Second, always prepare a list of key phrases or points before the meeting, so you're ready to respond clearly even if you're nervous.
Third, don't be afraid to ask for clarification. You can say, could you please explain what you mean by that? Or, just to make sure I understand, you're suggesting we adjust the timeline, correct?
Finally, keep improving your vocabulary. Every negotiation is an opportunity to learn new expressions, idioms, and cultural differences.
So, to all our listeners and viewers, remember, negotiation is more about communication than competition. When you approach each conversation with respect, flexibility, and clear language, you're already halfway to success.
Thank you for joining us on Business English Mastery. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with a friend who wants to improve their business English.
We wish you confidence and success in all your future negotiations.
See you next time.